and confront this man that has taken his bride, and in fact it leads to both their deaths. And it's his mother that sends him. I saw a production of it in English at the Coconut Grove Playhouse. It was so beautiful, gorgeous. Grazie Danielle, who is one of the finest choreographers and directors we have in New York, had staged part of it, and it was breathtaking. And these images with these roses that became like a forest of thorns and a blood sky, and this glorious poetry about blood demands, revenge. Honor is absolute. I need justice for our family. There is such a thing as an absolute right and wrong. And this bride does not love this man, but it doesn't matter. The man has to kill the man that she ran away with. And I'm sitting in the audience opening night, blown away by what I'm seeing, and a woman behind me goes, I just don't understand why she doesn't get it annulled. I mean, seriously. And I was like, first I was like, Jesus, what a Philistine. Because that's what you do when you're like 18 years old. And then I thought, she's actually got kind of a point. You can translate the language, but can you translate the cultural values? Because if you knew, how do you get people to understand when they're watching a play about the state of women and a woman's place in 1930s Catholic Spain? I could put up the best production of Blood Wedding I want, but the second it's in English, and it's being done in this country now, the audience was imposing values that were late 20th century and that assumed things about what a woman is capable of doing for herself that simply would not have been allowed in Spain. And I wonder how much of that is true as well here, which goes to your point. Do you think that I'm listening to you and thinking that the codes of justice and the codes of right and wrong function very differently in this novel than with this much more sort of ambivalent relationship we have to it today, where everything is kind of tempered. Another theme that particularly struck me this time is, particularly because this translation keeps telling you how much money things are equal to. Did you guys notice that? They'll say a certain amount, because I thought his wealth was just unending, but then they'll say, well, that's 200 pounds. Then I'll be like, well, that's not that much money. Well, it's 2,000 pounds. The suggestion here that wealth, does the book suggest that wealth can not just transform a life, but accomplish absolutely anything? Do you find that his immeasurable wealth is the source of the source of his ability to become and do anything he wishes to do? But the numbers here just, I remind myself that at that time it must have been a hell of a lot more, but can wealth do that today? Could we with impunity behave the way that he behaves because we are immeasurably rich?
I think that's a very good point. I think